The second is right intention, right thought or right thinking. So right intention is the second step of the Noble Eightfold Path. While right view provides the vision, right thought provides the emotional and violational energy. It is the commitment to purifying our motivations so that our inner world is aligned with the goal of liberation. The first of the three pillars of right intention is the Buddha defined right resolve through three specific mental orientations. Intention of renunciation, in Pali Nekkhamma. This is the result to let go of craving and attachment. It is the recognition that true peace comes from letting go rather than getting more. It counters greed. Intention of goodwill, abhyapada, the mental state of loving kindness, metta, it's called in Pali, is the wish for the well-being of oneself and others. It counters ill will and anger. Intention of harmlessness, avisa, the practice of compassion, karuna. So, goodwill is called abhyapada, and the mental state of loving kindness is called metta, and the intention of harmlessness is avihimsa, and the practice of compassion is called karuna. It is the result not to cause pain or cruelty to any living being, including oneself. It counters cruelty and aggression. Deep reflection for practice. Right intention is often described as the heart's response to right view. So once you see that everything is impermanent and you have the right view, it becomes logical to stop clinging to renunciation and to be kind to others who are also struggling with change, goodwill, and harmlessness. So the reflection in this lesson and with this card is to observe your mind when a thought arises. So you can do this when you walk, when you sit, when you stand, when you lie down. So you can do it in the whole 24-hour cycle of life. So you don't have to sit and meditate to observe this. You can just observe your mind when you're sitting, maybe waiting for something. What comes up? And then ask yourself, is this thought rooted in desire or possesses greed? And this could be a whole lesson that you could practice for a month, every day, and then have something good to do after that. So when you discover this different kind of mental thoughts patterns, then you just observe them, and then afterwards you focus on doing more of the actions that are related to the good thoughts. So is this thought rooted in desire or to possess greed, a desire to push away, so hate somebody, or desire to harm, so be cruel to somebody? And the pivot is, the answer is yes. Rights result in the act of consciously pivoting the mind toward letting go, kindness, or compassion. Why it matters is, without right intention, wisdom remains a cold intellectual exercise. So, in many different teachings that I have come across, there are a lot of intellectual things to discover with oneself, but the very interesting part is to have the balance between thinking something good, maybe observing yourself throughout the day, and see the good thoughts, the bad thought patterns, and then take direct action towards the good ones. So it creates immediately a new way of being, letting go of the old patterns, and then stick to the ones that are wholesome. And this practice is difficult to do if you are in a stressed period of your life, because the one word take the other, and the one action take the other action, and so on. So it's very important to do this when you have the possibility in between. So when you have prioritized to have time spent for yourself, because then when life becomes more difficult, then you have the patterns to take these teachings and use them as a tool to guide you towards difficult situations and letting go of those bad situations or the way you act upon them. So this right intention is very important, to have the balance between observing yourself, analyzing yourself, and then letting go of the bad thoughts, focus on the good, wholesome ones, and then again observe and be in the wholesome activities. Very beautiful lesson, and just listen and implement it, practice it, and then feel free to move on to the next one when you're ready. There is a structure from the start to the end, but there can be different cards or chapters in this book where it resonates more with you, because you maybe have difficulties or issues that are related to specific areas. So therefore I recommend to take a look at the start of the book and then see what resonates, take a overview, and then begin with of course with the introduction, but also use the cards and books as a guideline in the daily practice to keep you on this wholesome path. So you can also just take one card and just take the book and just look a little in it, where you feel to maybe skip one chapter, go to another chapter. I believe that if you do that, it's because there's a reason, something is calling you to that part of the book or the cards. So it's both a structured path for those who really love to start from the beginning and then move towards in a disciplined way, but also to just, sit and be flexible and just take one card, 2 cards, or 3 cards, and then randomly pick them and then see what is the message for me today. So enjoy this and move on to the next lesson. And feel free to move on to the next level. Listen when you feel free to do that.